Hi guys, this is Perkins here. Today we're talking about Module 2, Lesson 6. In this lesson we're talking about being able to use the commutative property to make 10. Now we know that the commutative property is to be able to flip those two numbers around, the two parts around, to be able to have it's still the same thing, even if we flip it or if we do that switcheroo. So that's what the commutative property means. So now we have two problems, 5 plus 9 equals blank and 9 plus 5 equals blank. Now, remember I said about the commutative property. Well, these two number sentences have the same parts. The only thing that's happening is that we're doing that switcheroo, we're doing that flip. So we flipped it to see if it makes the same thing or not. Okay, so let's look at this. 5 plus 9. Well, we know that whenever we're doing this, that we can solve it using the number bond way, and then we can check by using a picture. So let's first do the number bond way. Okay, so we know that we see the greedy 9. So we know that greedy 9 is going to want to take 1 away. So that greedy 9 is going to go to the 5 and going to say, hey, 5, can I have 1? And at 5, since the 9 is a little bit bigger, the 5 will say, okay, I'll give you 1. So the 5 is going to give 1 away to 9 so it can be 10. And so now the 5 took 1 away, so now there is 4. So now we're going to add our 10 and our 4 together to be 14. We could also draw a picture to show this. Now remember, we do a short picture now. Since we've been doing pictures for a little while, we're going to do a short 5-group drawing, which means that we're going to, the bigger number, we're going to just write, and then we're going to draw the smaller number, which is 5. Now we know that 9 wants 1, so 9 says, hey, 5, can I have 1? So the 5 gives 1 away, and so now that 9 becomes a 10. So now we know it's 10, because I'm counting going, so I'm putting that bigger number in my head. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, now, let's come over here to 9 plus 5 equals blank. So now, we still see with that greedy 9. So that greedy 9 is going to go to that 5 and say, hey, 5, can I have 1? So that 5 is going to say, okay, I'll give you 1. So the 9 takes 1, and now that 9 is 10. There was 5, the 5 gave 1 away, so now there's 4. So now we're going to add the 10 and the 4 together to make 14. Now we know that we can check out the picture. So we're going to write the 9, and then we're going to draw that 5, since the 5 is that smaller number. That 9 is going to take 1 away from 5, so it can be 10. Now we know we can count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now we know it is 14. So look at this. 5 plus 9 equals 14, and 9 plus 5 equals 14. So that goes to show that even if you flip it, or we do that switcheroo, that commutative property, that it's going to be the exact same thing. Alrighty guys, that is it for this video.